Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody, and I have another video for you. This is called Learning to Lose. It's an important part of the game. Now you're probably thinking, hold on a fucking second, Armored. I don't want to lose, I want to win, right? This game's about winning, right? Why do you have a video about losing and learning to lose? Okay, well let's clarify that, right? This video is not about teaching you how to lose games, right? I don't think you need a video on that, right? It's pretty simple, right? Of course it's not, right? And indeed all of the videos that we have here on the channel are about helping you to become better players, right? And to try to share some of my experience and knowledge of the game with you guys so that you can improve your play. And the feedback I have from many of you is that, yeah, and it actually worked, and a lot of you have improved your play significantly. You're playing different tank types better, you're getting more information on tanks, you're getting mastery badges, etc., right? And that's fantastic, and that's why I do it, right? This video is not about teaching you how to lose, right? Of course not. But this game we're going to look at here is a game that I lose. It is a game I played, was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. But in the series of games that I played, I lost over 70% of them. I think I played 21 games and I think I won 4 of them or something like that, right? So I lost nearly every game I played. Now, sometimes this happens, right? And particularly when there's tournaments and events on, it happens even more, right? And there are various different reasons for that. And a lot of the time it's outside your control. So you're going to see in this game, I think I play pretty well. I don't think I really make too many mistakes. I think I do my job as a light tank, spotting up the enemy. I do 2.7 or 2.8k damage or something like that, which in the tier 7 light tank is pretty good, right? I think you can't really complain about that. But I still lose, right? And I think it's beyond my control. I just don't think I could win this game. Now, maybe it's possible I could have won it, but you know, when you look at the team scores, I don't think I could have won it. And you know, in that losing streak on that day, right, as I said, my win rate was 30%, or might even be lower, right? And did it mean that I became a bad player that day? I don't think so. I think I'm still a decent player. Did it mean that I was playing the wrong tanks? I mean, obviously the SP1C I'm playing here is not a great tank, right? But no, I don't think so, because I swapped around as well, because I was trying to shoot some footage about the scouting video I was thinking about doing, right? So I was playing light tanks, I was swapping between this and the dragon, etc., right? And the bulldog and so forth. So I only was a tank, right? It just happens sometimes that you lose, right? Now, it didn't help that, and I know this is why some players get frustrated, and particularly annoyed at wargaming. There's definitely something wrong with the matchmaking or algorithms at the moment, because it's not choosing everything randomly, and because I was up tiered in every single game that day, and that shouldn't happen, right? If it's on a fair kind of random basis, the algorithm should up to you sometimes, but not every single game, right? I'm not really quite sure why that was, but sometimes it happens, right? And I've noticed in the last month or 2 months it's happening more and more. I can go, and this is play tier 10, of course. I can play for a whole day when I'm trying to shoot video and be up tiered in every single game, unless the only exception being if the tank is new. If the tank is new on that account, then the first probably 10 or 12 games you're not up tiered. You can see here in this game though that I just don't see how I could have won this, right? But I do like a lot of damage, etc. But you know, you're going to lose games, and losing games is as important a part of Blitz as winning, right? In every single game that's played, half the players win and half the players lose. Every single game. So every game that's played, half the players lose, 7 players lose. Now, if you can't accept that, then you should stop playing, because it's a natural part of the game, and it is as natural a part of the game as winning. And, you know, it sort of linked to the video we did yesterday about, you know, rage and toxicity, right? A lot of that, I believe, is down to the fact that players won't accept when they lose, right? And that is a childish behavior when you consider that in the game, in every single game, half the players have to lose. 14 players start, 7 of them are going to lose, except of course on the rare occasions when there is a draw. So you need to accept it. If you can't accept it, stop playing, right? It's just a natural part of the game. What you should do though is analyze the games that you've lost and see if it's possible to learn something from it. If it's possible to learn something from it, then the game, even though a loss, is not a loss because you've gained something from it, right? So you should always try to analyze your gameplay and see, could I have done something better? What can I learn from this? Sometimes there's nothing to learn, right? If your team plays really badly, but just accept the fact that you're going to lose. It's a natural part of the game. There's a very famous quote from Rudyard Kipling, which is actually over the centre court in Wimbledon, right? And it says that if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same. Right? And it's from his poem If. And what's he saying there? Well, basically what Kipling is saying is that, both winning and losing are a natural part of life, and you should treat them both the same, because neither are your normal state, right? Winning is not normal, nor is losing always normal. And if you look at the great players who've read those lines, like Steffi Graf, or Andre Agassi, or John McEnroe, or Bjorn Borg, the great players Pete Sampras, who've gone through those hallowed halls in Wimbledon, seen those words, they have all won there, but they've also all lost there. And that's basically what Kipling is trying to say, is that you're going to win sometimes, you're going to lose sometimes. You need to accept it and behave the same way regardless of whether you win or lose, because everybody, even if you're one of the greatest tennis players ever lived, like Steffi Graf, you're going to lose, right? And she has lost finals there, right, and semi-finals, etc. So, and and if it's okay for Steffi Graf, one of the greatest female tennis players ever, and Pete Sampras and Djokovic and all these guys who were great proponents of their sports, if it's okay for them to accept it, surely it's okay for us as mere blitzers to accept it too. So I guess the bottom line is, guys, you're going to lose. You need to accept it. If you accept it, you will enjoy the game a lot more, by the way, because you will be a lot less annoyed and angry with yourself. And you will just see it that, okay, this is just a natural part of the game. I don't like it, but I'm happy to accept it, and that's, I think, what we should always do, right? And then I think we'll actually, and the ironic thing about it is, if you accept it, if you can make your peace with losing, the paradoxical and ironic thing is you will actually become a better player and probably win more. So here endeth the lesson. I know it's a little bit sort of abstract concept, etc., but believe me, guys, once you let go of this concept of not wanting to lose or not accepting it, life will get much better in Blitz. So let's have a quick recap. Losing is a natural part of the game, and we just need to accept it. And when you do, you'll be a better player, and you'll have a lot better mental state as well. As we said, in every game, 7 players play and win, 7 players play and lose, right? Now no one has a 100% win record, right? Unless you've just opened an account and played a couple of games, right? And let's say 60% is often regarded as the point where you're a really good player if you're 60% win rate. But even if you're 60% win rate, you lose 4 out of 10 games, so you lose almost half the time anyway, right? Even if you have a 70% win rate, you lose 3 out of 10 games, you're going to lose, right? Everybody loses. And every single game, as we said, 50% of the players that start that game lose. So why is it always such a problem for us, or some of us, to accept it? Let's not rage against it, but embrace it and learn from it. Learn from your mistakes. If you keep blaming other people for losing, you're never going to become a better player, because you're never going to learn from your own mistakes. Analyze and see what you could have done differently. Sometimes there is nothing you could do to have won. As in the game we just looked at, I don't think I could have done anything differently. But at the same time, I did have a look at it and see, could I have done something differently? Maybe helped my team more. If there's not, okay, fine. But at least do the analysis and see if you can learn something from it. Look, you don't have to like losing. That's a different thing. I'm not saying like losing. You don't have to like losing, right? But just remember what Kipling said, right? both winning and losing are two imposters. It's not a natural state of being is winning, nor is a natural state of being losing. You're always somewhere in between, right? So please remember that, and let's accept it, embrace it. We don't have to like it, but we just need to accept it. And after that, things will be a lot better. And ironically, as I said, you will become a better player. So cheers much. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. And I guess all that remains for me to say is, pants off, you loser.
That's all, folks.